Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Wayback Chronicles podcast. My name is Keith Abbott. I'm here with my two friends, Noel Kirsch and Steve McKelkey, and we are now in week 5, believe it or not, 5 weeks into the football season already, fellas. This is hard to believe, but we are week 5 into the Pick 5 Challenge, and again, thanks for everybody who's participated. We've been steadily increasing over 50 participants over the last couple of weeks, and we're really thrilled that each one of you are participating with us and
participating and participating.
Yeah, and
all of that.
Precipitation too.
Yes, it's a precipitation.
We love precipitation.
So, Steve, you have got another good week of lined up games. I cannot wait to hear what's in store for us today.
Yeah, you bet. So first of all, you made me just slightly depressed thinking about the fact that we're a third of the way through the college football season, and 15 weeks in the regular season before we kick off to bowls and then the championship weeks. But anyway, so reminder to all of our listeners: you'll find the link for these week 5 picks on our Facebook page, and of course, updates. Are available also on Facebook. Congratulations to our leaders for the year so far. So week 5 is going to be a lot of fun. It's continues to be a challenge. This college football season has not been predictable. So guys, you ready to hear the week 5 games?
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
Far away.
Pick 5 Challenge.
Here we go. So this first one, we have not talked about these two teams at all this season in our Pick 5, and so I thought it was time to introduce them. First game, and Keith, we will start with you, as Notre Dame at Duke.
Duke's got a good year. They're having a really good breakout year, but I think Notre Dame is going to beat them. So I know it's at Duke, but Notre Dame's having a good year too, and I think they've just got better players this year too overall. So that's my pick.
Yeah, I agree. And I'll go next. I think Duke will hang really tough first half, and then Notre Dame will pour it on the second half, and so probably a 3-touchdown win for Notre Dame.
Wow, that was a very specific pick, Steve. You're not supposed to pick the scores. You're just supposed to pick the winner, man.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, just like we all picked Texas Tech to win last week. So
right.
Yeah.
We know how that turned out.
Yep. Noel, who do you got in this game?
I went ahead and picked Notre Dame as well. I like the victory that Duke had over Clemson, but I don't think Clemson's proven to be much of a team this year. So I think Notre Dame just got better athletes, better program. So I'm going to pick the Fighting Irish over the Blue Devils.
All right, very good, very good. The second game is an SEC matchup, LSU at Ole Miss, and I'll kick this one off. I think this game is going to be fun to watch. LSU is always fun. I love just the dynamics between these two coaches. Lane Kiffin is always keeping it a little on the rails or a little bit off the rails, I guess, to make it fun leading into this game. And we'll see how good LSU is, but I think Ole Miss is going to take this game, so I'm going to take Ole Miss to win at home.
Look at you.
Yeah. Noel, who do you have?
Stepping out on the ledge there.
I gotta.
I think it'll be a fun game, but I just have a hard time picking against LSU. I just think they're just a good team, have a good year. So I'm going to pick LSU to beat Ole Miss.
Okay, very good. Keith, who do you have?
I really think I'll do the same. Ole Miss had some good games. They beat a ranked Tulane a couple of weeks ago. So not that they're, anything to shake a stick at, but I think the warm-up game with Florida State has really helped LSU along the way. And so I'm going to pick LSU for that reason.
I agree. I think they've
good memory there, Keith. Good memory.
Woke them up, and I think they woke them up, and it's making them play much different level than they played that first week for sure.
100%.
Totally. So Noel, we'll start off with you and the number 3 game, which is Pittsburgh at Virginia Tech. Who do you have?
I don't know much about either team. I know a couple of weeks ago, Pitt played
West Virginia, right?
West Virginia. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't remember. Pitt played West Virginia. I don't know. I'm going to pick Virginia Tech. I don't really have any reason why. I just feel like Virginia Tech. So
Okay. All righty. Keith,
no
who do you have?
logic behind that.
Well, Virginia Tech lost to Rutgers, so that's where I'm going to say Pitt, because Rutgers does not have a good program ever, and when they week 3 they lost 35-16 to Rutgers, and then they also lost a weak Purdue team that hasn't really shown up either. So my pick is for Pitt, even though they're terrible too. So but that's my pick.
Yeah. This is probably gonna be one of those games that if you need to take a nap during this game.
Yes,
But to me, I guess because they both are equally or struggling this year. I think home field matters in this one, so I'm going to take Virginia Tech to win this game.
Yeah. That's a heck of an atmosphere too. I mentioned that I wanted to see a game at Virginia, West Virginia. I'd love to see a game at Virginia Tech also.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Very cool indeed. All right, Keith, coming to you with the number 4 game, which is Southern Florida at Navy.
So, who has a quarter? Because I have no idea.
I don't think you even have a quarter, man.
Now, is this the same Southern Florida that was giving Alabama a run for their money a couple of weeks ago?
I believe so.
I think.
Yep.
Same one.
So I'm gonna pick Southern Florida.
Okay, very good. I am going to use my phone a friend from the ESPN game predictor.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, a well-used tool by Noel Kirsch many a time, I believe.
That's true.
No.
But I do believe that Navy is off to a good start this season, and because ESPN said so, I'm going to take Navy to win this one.
Fair enough.
Oh. Well, who do you have?
I originally picked. I'm gonna stick with my original pick. I'm gonna stick with Southern Florida. I think because they gave Alabama a run for their money, and I don't know much about Navy, but I'm gonna pick Southern Florida.
Yeah. Very good. Well, I'll kick off the final game of Week 5, and that is Hawaii at UNLV.
Wow.
Hawaii is a sort of fun team to watch. They like to air it out, and they have their legendary quarterback who threw for NCAA records years ago. Now is their head coach, and so he's sort of getting them to bounce back. However, they are playing at UNLV, and neither one of these teams are great this year. But some reason I just got a feeling that Hawaii is going to maybe use this game as their chance to announce they're on their way back. So I got Hawaii to win this game.
All right.
Noel, who do you have?
Yeah, I think it's my pick. I'm going to go with Hawaii as well, Steve. I think they're due for a win. They've had a couple rough games this season, but I think they're due for a win. So I'm going to pick them over UNLV.
All right. And Keith, to wrap it up.
Is this at UNLV?
It is.
Okay, I will pick UNLV. Hawaii lost to Vanderbilt in Week 1, and UNLV beat Vanderbilt at home in Week 3. So just using that as a comparison, I'm going to go with UNLV as the winner.
Man. Keith with some very expeditious researching there in the short.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We have. I mean, we've had 12 minutes to research and maximize that time. I'm impressed.
Very efficient. That's good.
Yes. But anyway, guys, that's the Week 5 games. Once again, to echo what Keith said earlier, thanks a lot to all of our listeners that are playing along with us, and we'd love to encourage you to listen to this episode to sort of kick off your Week 5 picks and sort of helps. Or I wouldn't necessarily use this as a guide, even though Keith and Noel know a lot more about this season than I do so far. But anyway, just have fun with it. Please listen, please download, and follow all the results on our Facebook page.
And don't forget that we are still a Wayback Chronicles podcast. We were having some fun with this Pick 5 challenge, and it's given us, we've had a lot going on between the three of us over the last few weeks. So this has given us a much needed break to kind of regroup and refresh, but we've got some exciting things coming. I'd like to kind of preview some things. So one thing that we decided to talk about in a upcoming episode is the importance of reunions and get-togethers. We were able a couple of weeks ago to experience a fun alumni band day together. We're all alumnus of Texas Tech and in the band there, and we just all three of us had a great time. And social media is one thing, but being able to see somebody and give them a hug in person is a whole different experience. And I think it was important for us to talk about that. So that's going to be an episode coming up. Another episode coming up, I want to tease that was a great idea that Noel did some good research with the research department is we decided it would be fun. Tell them, Noel, what did we come up with?
Well, what we did is we used Chat GPT. If you've never used that tool before, it's one of the AI tools that's available out there. But use Chat GPT to create a movie preview for an 80s slasher film. And we got a little creative with it. And I think it's going to be a fun thing to listen to. So you're kind of like, okay, well, what does Chat GPT have to do with Wayback Chronicles? Well, we're kind of using today's technology to kind of go back and create something that, could have been created back in the 80s, but it wasn't. So, but it's going to be fun. I think Keith's got some good ideas on how to do that episode. And so I'm just as anxious to hear how that's all going to unfold.
It's going to be
pretty cool.
We've got some good actors, quote unquote, that we're volunteering to help us with that. And so I'm excited about that. And then obviously we're going to be going back to our years. And Steve, what is our next year that we're going to be talking about?
Yeah, 1998, and I'm looking forward to. I believe I'm doing. Gosh, I'm not even going to try to say what I'm doing. I can't remember what I'm doing.
I'm doing. Yeah.
Am I doing? No, Keith's doing pop culture. I'm doing movies. No music.
I'm doing music.
I know I'm not doing sports because I'm not that lucky.
Yeah.
Absolutely, looking forward to us talking about the 1998 and sort of for us, the three of us, this was early in our post college lives, and so we were on our path to starting our careers and and trying to figure out how to get up early every morning to go to work and all that good stuff. So
yeah,
anyway, so really excited about that, and I know Noel has some cool things he wants to share as well.
Yeah, and we've also we're kind of taking a little bit deviation from our standard format that we've been doing for Wayback Chronicles, and what we decided to do in addition to the normal format is each one of us has decided to just kind of pick a topic, like pick something that is kind of a topic that kind of transcends the ages, basically, that kind of goes over a particular point in time. I'm not sure if I'm describing this well, guys, so you might have to help me out here, but I don't want to give away my example or what I'm going to be covering. Yeah. I've already got my topic picked out, and I'm excited about being able to share that with everybody.
Yeah, we just decided, the first season, we started on the years, we introduced the program, and we decided to interview each other. The second, we continued with the years, and we also brought in some neat guests, and we brought in some neat interviews, and even the Wayback Time Machine had an episode. So each season, we're going to try to evolve. So not only we're doing the pick 5 this season, we're still doing our years. We're going to do these neat little things like the Chat GPT and some of these other things that we're doing here. But this one we decided, instead of picking a year and going through the whole year, let's take a deep dive into something that we feel was a significant thing, at least to us, about an era within the past. And so each one of us picked either a person, an event, or a movie or something of that sort, or a series of movies, and decided, let's pick it apart and take a deep dive and peel back the layers a little bit and get a little bit more intimate with one particular topic. If that, does that kind of...
I think that's well said. And a great example would be like the O.J. Simpson murder. And while that's not on the slate, it would be an example of something we would deep dive into and want to sort of bring back those memories that Noel sort of brought back whenever he talked about that moment in history. But be able to deep dive and talk about that individual or that event that had the nation's or world's attention at the time. And
yeah, because what we've been noticing is when we're doing these episodes, like we hit a topic or we hit an event or person that really needs its own or their own episode completely just to themselves, or just that event needs to be discussed in more detail. So we're just going to stop and do that. You're going to pick a different, pick a person, pick an event, that kind of thing, like Keith is talking about, and just really kind of, each one of us is going to take one of those things and just dive into it and see where it goes. But I've been amazed, guys, honestly, at the amount of information that amount of things that I've learned in doing this. Wasn't intended to be like an educational thing, admittedly. I just wanted to hang out and be goofy, and we're certainly doing plenty of that. But along the way, we're also learning a lot of stuff too about the past that has really shaped today and in the future. So it's been an interesting journey. I've enjoyed it, and we were at our alumni band day, and we had several people come up to us that told us that they enjoy the podcast, that they're regular listeners, and I really do appreciate that. It's good to know there's people out there that are listening to all this, and we're certainly enjoying putting this content together for you, and really enjoying just spending time with you two guys and hanging out. So it's been a lot of fun.
Definitely. Yeah, I had some of those folks come up to me and are like, I completely forgot that this happened on this, year. And so I was like, yeah, we did too. It's just as exciting to us because we truly don't know what we're researching until we do it. So it's just every bit as exciting for us to learn it and to talk about it than it is for all of us to discover it together. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. 100%. Yep.
So stay tuned. Like I say, we are enjoying this Pick 5 challenge, but we know it's not the core of what we do, but we have got a ton of material coming out soon with that. So stay tuned.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, does this wrap up this episode, fellas?
It does.
All right. Well, thanks to everybody for tuning in for this week's episode. Tune in for next week when we do the week 6 picks for the Pick 5 challenge, and looking forward to see what Steve pulls out of the hat for week 6. But until then, good luck to everybody. I hope everybody makes some good picks, and congrats to our leaders at the top of the leaderboard, and keep it up and keep coming back every week. Talk to you guys later.
Take care.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Wayback Chronicles. All shows are written and produced by Noel, Keith, and Steve. Massive thanks to those who made these memories possible for us through the years. All songs, sounds, and effects have been attributed in the comments section and through links listed on waybackchronicles.podbean.com. We look forward to taking you way back again in the very near future.